And today we're going to be building, I don't know if call it building, we're going to be hosting a static website of our resume. Well, it's a template resume. I'm not going to put my own resume up because I don't feel like re-editing all the HTML code again. But I'll show you how you'll be able to do that if you wanted to do that. And I think we're also going to be, we just might host a static website securely, even. Let's see how far we go. You know what I mean? Because the way I'm thinking about it is like you're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and you're like, this passing you by. Like, oh, maybe I'll build a static website of my resume on H3 tomorrow, or maybe next year. No, we're gonna do it right now. You feel me? We're gonna do it right now. All right? It's simple. Not, I mean, it is, but we're gonna find out because we're gonna be doing it live together. All right? Well, this is recorded. I'm gonna be doing it live, and you're gonna do it. And you're gonna be watching me do it, and you're gonna be doing it live yourself. All right, so let's get started. First of all, first of all, what we want to do is first off, I'm in the what is this called? The Cloud Guru AWS Sandbox environment. You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna actually be doing is something maybe a little more complex. Let's do one thing at a time. Let's do that. Let's do that. But just to make sure, what I'm gonna do, just in case we do this, I'm going. They give you a free domain name, so I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna name the bucket this, just in case we were to do what I think we're gonna do later on. But if not, don't worry about that step. The initial first step is to create an S3 bucket. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna create this S3 bucket. So this is the name of my S3 bucket. That's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna put it. Let's change it to Oregon West because I'm on the West Coast. I'm gonna put it in the East. It's best practice put it wherever you're at, I guess, closer to your customers or whoever's gonna be viewing your website. So then we're gonna change this later, but we're gonna leave it for right now. I like enabling bucket versioning. It makes it a little difficult to delete everything on the bucket because you got to remember that there's other versions of it. If you do delete everything in the bucket, you got to go delete the versions as well. And best practice, I guess, put to enable server-side encryption of the objects in your bucket. So yeah, create bucket. Boom, first step done. We're moving along. All right, so what are we gonna do next? What are we gonna do next? So next we're gonna go inside the bucket. We're going to maybe put some things in the bucket, right? So I said we're gonna make a static website, right? So boom, here we are. We're gonna go here to startbootstrap.com and they have some nice templates. So look at this. This is a pretty nice template here. What we're gonna do is I'm not gonna do it again, but you're gonna do it wherever the button is. Free download, right? So you click download, boom, and it downloads as a zip, and then you just unzip it, whatever, and then it's gonna be here like this. You're gonna have some assets, some CSS, some JavaScript, and an index.html file, right? So we're gonna copy all of this, all these four of these folders, gonna look like this into the bucket. Boom, and then we're gonna click upload. Don't change anything right now, just click upload. Let them get in there. They're in there, we're gonna click close. So now we're in the bucket with the objects, right? Next, we wanna go click on properties right next to objects. And we're gonna go down, we're gonna scroll, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. And we're gonna go to static website hosting. Use this bucket to host a website or redirect request. So it's right now it's disabled, so we're gonna go ahead and click edit. We're gonna go ahead and enable it. We're gonna make sure we got the thing ticked here for host a static website. We're not doing redirect right now, it's for another thing if we get there in this video. So for right here, we're gonna go ahead and take the recommendation by specifying the home page or default page of the website. And ironically, or I mean not ironically, but it is index.html, right? So we wanna go ahead and make that our default homepage, index.html. We don't really have an error document, so if it doesn't load, the other people on the other side, they just won't know. I guess you'll never know. But you should have one. No, it's not that hard to make one. But for this purpose of this video, we're just gonna leave it what it is. All right, so boom, we're still in properties, right? We add the static website hosting, we enabled that. We're gonna scroll all the way down again. Now we're gonna be under static website hosting again. So now it's enabled, hosting type, bucket hosting. You can go ahead and copy this, or you can go ahead and just click it, and this will take you to your static website. Ooh, but no, access denied, access denied. 403 forbidden. What is going on? So let's go back. Scroll all the way back up to the top. Let's go to objects. Ideally, we can do this. This would be a simple way right here. You just click all, then you go to actions and you click make public. Even like, you know what I mean? Well, you know, wait. Can't even do that yet. You want to go to permissions. You want to edit the block public access bucket settings. So it's blocking access to the bucket itself, right? So we want to uncheck all of these and save changes. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, let's confirm that. Let's just do it. Oh, let me spell it right first. All right, we're gonna go ahead and type confirm, click confirm. All right, so the block is off. You know what I mean? So maybe this should work. Nah, not gonna work. Still denied, right? So the reason we're being denied is because what I was trying to do before is what we could do right now is just click all, go to actions, and then make the objects themselves public as well, not just the bucket, but the objects in the bucket. We can do that. But every time we add a new object to this bucket, we're gonna have to continuously do that every time. Click it, make it public, click it, make it public. What we can do to make it easier is go back to permissions. See right here it says objects can be public. That's semantics. It's not, that doesn't mean the objects are public. When we took the block off, we gave the objects within the bucket, the right to possibly be public. That doesn't mean they are public right now. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go down here, we're gonna edit a bucket policy here. And no, I don't know this off the top of my head. The bucket policy, I have one somewhere here loaded up, I think. At least I thought I did. Hmm. I could have swore I had one. If I don't, we're gonna have to just do it the easy way. Matter of fact, let me not even be lazy. Let me go to AWS Docs. Oh, set it. Look at that. Look at Google Incognito saving my stuff. So right now we're in set of permissions for website access, right? So we're gonna scroll. You should read all of this. I already read this. I'm not gonna read it to you, but it gives you what we just did is telling you why we're doing it and further explanation. But where we want to be at is right here, step 2, add a bucket policy, right? We're gonna go ahead and just copy that. We're gonna go back to our S3 bucket where we're in the permissions and we're editing the bucket policy, right? We're gonna go ahead and paste what we just copied. Remember, you just copy this from here. All I did was click this, it copied the whole thing. Then we're gonna paste it here. I can actually get rid of this right now. This is our page we still don't have access to. We're gonna paste it here, which I did. And then this is just an arbitrary name, just bucket name. You need that to be your actual bucket name, which is right here. You can go ahead and copy that. You want to leave this slash asterisk, that means everything within the bucket. If you want to just make one thing in the bucket public, you can do that as well. But here, we're gonna make everything in the bucket public. Every time we upload anything to bucket, make it public. So it can reflect on our static website when we add new stuff to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste that in there. Oop, why isn't that working? Did I not copy it? Oh, okay. So what I just did, I copied our bucket name and I just pasted it in here, and I left this forward slash asterisk. Okay, and we're gonna change that. I mean, excuse me, we're gonna save that. Now it says public. It lets you know now. It's no semantics anymore. It's publicly accessible in red. Everything's red now. It's like, you know, yo, this is publicly accessible now. You know what I mean? So let's just go back to the front page. Matter of fact, let's go back to property, scroll back down. And we already clicked it and it's up here. So I'm just go ahead and refresh it. Refresh, boom. Look at this guy I don't know, Clarence Taylor, with this nice resume website and where he lives and all this random stuff that I wouldn't have on the internet. But it's fire. Look at this. Clickable. Boom, skills, interests. awards about him. Here he is. Wow, fire. These click things don't work because I don't know. I don't know how to make those work, honestly. Still working on that. But look at this. Days, start days, end days. This is fire. This is his resume hosted as a static website in S3. That's it. That's it right there. Granted, it's not secure. Granted, it still has like all this trailing stuff. That is, I mean, a little long of a URL, but hey, it's free, I guess. I mean, look at it doing its thing. So that's that part. That's done, right? So now let's get to the kind of tougher part. I mean, if you made it this far, why not? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Whatever. So where are we at right now? All right, we got the static, we got the website up and running. So let's see what we can do next. Oops. Let's see what we can do next. What was that thing I was trying to do before? Where was I at? Oh, I was in Route 53. So I'm going to go ahead and open this in another link. So we're in Route 53. What am I trying to do now? Okay. So they gave us in this a Cloud Guru sandbox environment, they give you a domain name, like I said. So our domain name, this is what we have to name our bucket after. But what we're trying to do here now is we're trying to secure this with a actual domain name using CloudFront. That's what we're trying to do, right? So let's get to CloudFront. Let's open that up. Let's open that up. All right, and let's create a CloudFront distribution. And we want to choose an origin domain. We don't want to choose this because it doesn't have everything. This is not right. I went through this before. I can't remember why it's not right, but it's not all the way right. What we want to do is go back to our S3 bucket, go to properties, go down here. We want to copy this without the HTTP, right? So I'm just copy it because I don't know. Let me see. Oh, it does let it. Oh, all right. So I'm gonna just copy it this way. Boom, 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 all the way up to here. Control C at the CloudFront. I'm gonna paste that in there, right? So now it's different. It has the US East 1 and everything. Boom, we're gonna use that, right? The origin path, now we're using the whole bucket. Name of this, we're gonna shorten it. Boom. Custom header, nah. Origin shield, now you just leave all this. What it is, what we are going to want to do is redirect from HTTP to HTTPS. So when people type in, we're gonna get to the point where people can type in www. What is it called? cmcloudlab1586.info. It's gonna bring them from HTTP to HTTPS to secure everything. All right, so we're gonna have it. We got that checked off. Leave the rest of this. Leave this. Mind you, I'm going off the top right now. I did this earlier, but I'm trying to speak through my thought process with this. The reasons why we do this are in the docs that I read. And I can't regurgitate off the top of my head at the moment. I'm just making this video just for me to even watch back later on and for you guys to comment and say what you got to say about how I can better maybe get across what's going on here. So oh boom, right here, right? So add the custom domain names that you want to use in URLs for the files served by this distribution. Okay. So what we do want to add is our URL name, which is this, which is our domain name, right? We're gonna have two of them. We're gonna have this one, and we're also gonna have www dot this one, right? Then we want to request SSL certificate on these domains, right? We're gonna do that in a second. I'm gonna turn this off because I turned it off last time. I don't know if it makes it more difficult. IPv6. It's a little too much for me sometimes. So I'm gonna turn that one off. All right. And I am gonna be jumping around just a little bit, but this is just how I figured out to do it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna find more of a stream way to approach this in future videos. But this is literally the way I've done it myself. So we're here. I'm gonna have these just in case somebody was to type www.yourresumewebsitename.com or .info or whatever it is. I'm using this because this is the free domain that they gave me. Like I said, I'm in the A Cloud Guru sandbox environment, so I'm just using this. When I buy my own domain, and I'm using my own resume template and everything like that I have, it'll be something else. But this is just for practice, right? So we're gonna try to create distribution. It's going to say, no, we can't, because if we add in alternate domain names, we have to create a CNAME to the CloudFront distribution. You must attach a trusted certificate that validates your authorization to use the domain name. Makes sense. Can't just be using somebody else's domain name, right? So what we're going to do here is right here, we have to do this part, right? So I'm going to request a certificate. It's going to send me to another page. So at least one domain name is required that I'm trying to request for. So this one is the main one. And then this one as well with www dot, right? And I'm going to go ahead and click next. I'm going to validate through DNS validation rather than email because email will take longer and I don't have the email because it's a Cloud Guru's sandbox. I'm just going to do it through the validation, DNS validation, excuse me. So boom, I'm not going to put any tags, click review. Then I'm going to confirm the request. All right, so this request is in progress. Drop down, it's in progress. This is the CNAME. And then what makes it even more beautiful and simple is that I can create the record. I have to create a record for both of these within the hosted zone right here, right? These two already exist. But this was created using Route 53. The domain name was bought or whatever through Route 53. So it makes everything a lot easier when you're just using AWS services. So I'm gonna leave this here right now before I click create record, right? I'm gonna go back to S3. Sorry, I'm jumping around, but this is what you have to do. So remember we're talking about redirects, right? So I'm going back to S3 to the front of S3 if it wants to let me. Oh no, what's going on? Okay. I'm going to create another bucket. Wait, before I do that, I'm going to copy this exactly. Control C, create another bucket, paste this there. But this time I'm going to put www dot, that same bucket, make sure it's in that same region. But now it's www dot, right? Because we want this, because sometimes people are going to type www dot. We want it to all redirect to the same one page and not have multiple web pages, right? So we're gonna uncheck this later on. I mean, I guess I'll just uncheck it now. Whatever. Is let me know. You make sure. I'm acknowledge yes. I mean, you don't really need an enable version because you're not gonna put anything in here, right? I'll show you why in a second. And this is the second bucket, right? Create this bucket. Excuse me. So you create this bucket. Now we're gonna go here inside this bucket now, this new bucket, www.cmcloudlab1586.info. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go to properties. We're gonna enable static website hosting. We're gonna edit, click enable. This time we're gonna redirect for an object, request for an object, right? Boom. And we're gonna click the protocol, which is HTTP. Remember, because we're redirecting from HTTP to HTTPS, which we did in the CloudFront, which we did where we selected that. We selected that right here. Viewer redirect protocol policy, right? So back to S3 bucket. We're gonna click this HTTP, and it's gonna redirect to HTTPS, right? Because if we did HTTPS, I mean, it will only it wouldn't redirect nothing. It'll just be whatever. So the host bucket that we're gonna be redirecting things to is this one here. Control C. I just pasted it. This is the first initial bucket that we created without the www, right? And remember, just because I didn't notice, this .info would be a .com if it was your domain, but this is just an example domain anyway that we were given for free. So that's it. We're redirect to this bucket. All right. Check HTTP, save changes. Then let me see. Yeah, I think that's about it, right? Mind you, I'm figuring this out, just going along with it. I'm not no master of this. I am a student just like the rest of us. All right, so we're back here. Where did I jump around to? Back to certificate manager. Create the record. Create. Success. Create the record. Create. Because that's what we had to do here in CloudFront. We have to get this SSL certificate. In order to do that, we have to go to certificate manager and create this record. It's pending validation right now. I'm gonna click continue after I click create the record, the CNAME records. Pending validation, right? Still waiting. Still waiting. It's gonna take a little while. Boom, pending. Renewal eligibility ineligible right at the moment. In use, no. Oops. Oh yeah, that while we're waiting for that, gonna go. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna wait for a second. It's gonna take a little bit, honestly. And I don't know how to do the fast forward thing. I'm not really gonna edit this at all. So I'm just gonna try to click and do other stuff while we wait for that. So just to reiterate where we're at, we got the two buckets. This is the redirect one, and this is the main one. And at the moment, I don't remember if we have the objects can be public, but when we get to the point where we doing it through CloudFront, we can close all this back up. But for right now, I'm just leaving it open, just to make sure we still have the website open. All right, yep, it's still open. But when we collect everything through CloudFront, what it's going to do is CloudFront is going to be the one accessing the S3 bucket and then giving it back to the viewer versus the viewer going directly to the S3 bucket itself. And what the viewer having to do that, then the bucket will have to be public. But if we want to practice best security and secure the website through HTTPS and all that stuff like that, we're going to use CloudFront, which is the content delivery platform on AWS, which is like amazing. It could do a bunch of other amazing stuff. But right now we're waiting for this. Let me see. Validation not complete. I'm gonna refresh anyway. Hey, there we go. Issued. We got the SSL certificate now. You know what I'm saying? It's up. So we're gonna go back to CloudFront. We're gonna refresh this here. Oh, there we go. You see that? Ah, boom. Yes, sir. SSL certificate. We out here. Let's get it. All right. So now we got. Now wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Make sure everything's good. We got our origin, which we didn't pre-select. We didn't pre-select this one. We copied and pasted it from our S3 bucket first, right? That's our origin domain. This is the main one. This is the main bucket without the www that has all the HTML, the index HTML, the CSS, the JS, and the other stuff in the bucket, right? And this is just an arbitrary name I gave it. And do I want to enable origin shield? No, because I don't even know what that is. This is stuff we don't need to change. We want to make sure we got redirect HTTP to HTTPS. Restrict viewer access, leave that. No. Additional settings. Nope. We added domain name. This is where we got the SSL certificates for, these two right here. We created the CNAME for them in Route 53. All right. Now we're gonna create the distribution. Boom, went through. Now we have our custom SSL certificate. Let's click that. All right, and it just brings us to where we already were. Just X that out. So we have that. This is where we are. All right. Boom. Eligible for renewal. Or excuse me, wait. Renewal eligibility. Ineligible still. Supposed to be eligible. In issue, no. Status in use, no. Okay. All right, we got it. We got the CloudFront distribution up. All right. We got the distribution name, domain name right here. Boom. Let's see if we paste that in here and see what happens. I don't remember what happens. Nothing happens. All right. I think we got to do some connecting now. So now let's go to Route 53. Wasn't there supposed to be like some C names in here that we created? Let me refresh. There we go. Now we have the C names, right? Yeah, we got the C names in here. All right. Now we need to create some A records for the domain name, right? So we're gonna go ahead and create the A record. It's already selected. We have the first A record, which is just this by itself. For value, we just want to click alias. Boom. We want to choose endpoint. We want to choose alias to CloudFront distribution. Boom. Then choose distribution. I already copied it. I'm gonna paste it, but you also get to select it because it's already here. It already knows. Boom. Right. And we're gonna create another A record. This time it's the www dot. Again, the alias, CloudFront distribution. Remember the region, right? Boom. Now we want to create records. Okay, both of those are created. I think we might be good to go. I think. Let me see. Let me try to paste this. I don't know. I seen him do paste it. I don't know what it does. Oh, look at that. CloudFront distribution think works. Look at this. Yeah, look at this. All right. Look at where we at. Ooh, we almost there. Okay, okay. So let me X this out. All right, let me go. Let me close the public access to both of these buckets, right? So let's start with the first one. Permissions, edit, block, public access, save changes, confirm. Remember, we did this first because we had no CloudFront distribution, and we just needed um, the public to be able to access Dash 3 bucket to be able to look at our web page, right? So, and I'm gonna close this bucket as well. Edit, save changes, confirm. Let me check something in the main bucket though. Let me go back to the main bucket because when I created the CloudFront bucket and objects not public. Okay. Yeah, no, see, okay, it's in there because it says this one says bucket and objects not public. This is the redirect one, right? To where if people type www.cmcloudlab, blah, 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 it'll redirect to this one, the main one, cmcloudlab, without the www dot, right? But this one says bucket and objects not public. This one says only authorized users of this account, right? Let me go in here. Let me go to permissions. Let me look at the bucket policy. This is the policy for, I think that redirect one again. But let's see if the website is accessible. Refresh. No, it's not accessible. Regular .info. All right, whatever. So what I was doing was I obviously closed the access to these, right? So to this main bucket, I closed the permission, blocked the access, public access. So if you try to get to it through this here, yeah, obviously it won't work, right? Because it's all blocked, right? But now, because we own the domain, which we have here, we can simply get to it here. And I just had a brain. I'm hungry too, so I just had a brain mess up. And look at that, boom, we're here, secured, connection secure. It automatically redirects to HTTPS. Let's try it another way. Boom, now we can go www dot what do you call that thing again? CM. Wait, I forget. Oh, it's right there. CM Cloud Lab dot Cloud Lab, excuse me, 1586.info.com. Oh, excuse me, .info. Boom, enter. Same thing. We're here. Secure HTTPS www dot. That's it. We're golden. That's it. The only other thing, which I can easily show you how to do, I'm not gonna do all of it, but the only other thing is that obviously you're not Clarence. You don't live on Berry Street and wherever this is. And this is not your experience, nor your skills, nor your interests, nor your words, right? And this is not you. Um, so this is the way you change it. Go to the files here. Oops. You can open it with some sort of text editor. You choose another app. I think I have more apps. Sublime. Woo. Okay. So we're here in Sublime, right? Now, let me put this side by side with the website. It's not good. What Cloud9 will do is you'll be able to see your changes and everything, but it's being difficult right now. So, all right. So we're in HTML. This is how you edit it. Go in here. This is the title. This title right here, right? This is this right here. Resume bootstrap theme. That's how you change that. You can change it to your name or say Dion's resume or Jeff's resume, whoever. All right, and then let's scroll down to some more. This is the tedious part, but Clarence Taylor. This is where you change the name, right? Clarence Taylor. Keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. I am experienced. See, you just gotta catch it. This is it. These two right here. You just pretty much just substitute this stuff out. Substitute it out. The Berry Street full address. You probably don't want to put your address, but you can put your email on. So you just substitute it out, right? This is for the email. Oh, not trying to click that, but make it clickable and everything, right? Keep scrolling. Let's keep scrolling. Resume section, experience. Where we at? This is where we're at. Cloud9 makes this way easier. I'll do a different video on that, and I'll actually go through editing this into my own resume. But I just wasn't gonna do it for this video. I'm so sorry. So see where we're at. Senior web developer, senior web developer. Bring to the table. Bring to the table. Win-win. Offshoring. Touch points. Yep. See. And you just do this through the whole website, right? The whole thing. You can omit things that you don't need. If you don't have all these skills, you can just delete them out. Like I said, I'll do another video like doing this part. Sorry to cut this one short. It's been pretty long. I got stuck in a couple places. I know you guys are tired of watching and listening to me talk.